For as long as I can remember, I've wanted to be a teacher. And now that I'm at the point in my life where I get to start preparing for a career as a teacher, I want to learn what it means to be a great one.
I have how, eggs, how, and eggs. I,
Good job.
That's not white enough. That's better white.
Close.
Nest.
Little closer.
Nest. Nest. Yeah.
Sometimes when the Y is at the end, it sounds like an E. Many. This is a really safe environment. It's someplace they can come in and they can be themselves, and we love them. We love themselves. We love them exactly the way they are. So when you feel loved someplace other than your family, you can take a risk. And before you feel that, you can't. And I would say that's one of the most important things that never should go away for a teacher, whether you teach college age kids or high schoolers or middle schoolers or JKers. When your students know you love them and appreciate them and honor where they are in the learning process, the teaching is easy. The teaching becomes easy.
You need people that connect with kids effectively. If that connection's not there, it doesn't matter how much I know or think I know, I'm not going to be able to communicate to that kid. So we've really tried to balance. Yes, we still want people who are, really sharp and really know their discipline, but they really have to care about kids and want to share that knowledge.
So how many are in the paper out of this book?
Let's read it.
I don't always understand things the first time that they're explained to me, and I might not be the best math student, but I do have other things to offer that make me a better student. It does make me different, but it definitely doesn't make me stupid or unable to do other things that everyone else does. It just might take me a little bit more time to, focus on something or really just comprehend something. Another thing that's been really hard for me in my overall education is honestly my self-confidence. I mean, sometimes, I used to feel really stupid sometimes just because I didn't understand something. But I mean, everyone has that. I mean, yeah.
Do you want to maybe talk about, when do you think was the first time you felt that way?
I would say in first grade, and this was before I was even diagnosed with my learning disabilities. Some of the teachers I've had in the past, they don't really understand, that I learn differently and I might need to hear things repeated more than once.
I think that I end up spending a lot more time with kids who are struggling, and we make more of a personal connection because I try and learn what is it that's not working for that student. A lot of times it's a student who feels they're not good in math or that they can't get it, and I know they can get it. We just need to present it in different ways and try different things. And so I think I get to know someone who struggles better than someone who's doing really well.
Out of this book.
Let's read it.
How many are in the eggs?
Yep. How many are in the egg's nest?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I think we try to help them identify what they don't know. So helping them start to realize that they're in charge of their learning. To ask those questions, I want to understand more, or I don't even know what I don't know. That's okay too. That's a place to start. But just not being, I think when you said when kids come and they don't care, it doesn't happen all that much. But when it does, I feel like part of our job is to help them care, help them understand that this is why we care.
We want kids that leave here equipped. to take on challenges. You know, and learning has changed so much, and we talk so much now about the fact that you know, it's not about preparing kids for a knowledge base that's out there, making sure they have it and they're ready to participate in this larger knowledge base, but it's a recognition that the knowledge base that they're going to need in some ways doesn't even exist yet. So trying to prepare kids for that, that's where the self-advocacy comes in, because if they can't learn on their own, if they're not passionate about doing it, if they're not asking the right questions, if they're not willing to engage, then we're failing.
So do you like coming to school?
Yeah.
You do? Why?
Because it's the funnest thing in the world.
It's the funnest thing in the world.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part? Like, what do you love to learn about?
I love to learn about the things that you do at school and
Like what?
playing and learning and having fun.
And learning and having fun. Do you think you can do those at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah?
To me, the teachers who I admire, the teachers who I really want to be like, those are teachers who I feel are caring and have a passion for helping the student. And to me, that's kind of where I go. There are teachers who can implement great strategies in the classroom, and of course I want to do that. But the ones that I really gravitate to and I like to watch, it's the ones who are trying everything in their powers to make it fun for the students, to make it to where they want to learn, to make it like active learning, and that they care about the students. And it's not just about the learning that I think that we care about a student overall. It's not just the academic learning. We want them to be happy. You know, we want the kids to really enjoy, you know, life, make good decisions. You know, that's one of the things I always tell the kids. And so I look to those teachers who are helping, not just in the classroom, but also helping just students become good characters. And
Questions. They pick up on absolutely everything. So this relationship lays the groundwork for the relationship certainly that we have with the kids, and even more importantly, the kids have with each other.
And then it's like a well-oiled machine. The teachers seem to be together in their, not only their goals and objectives, but they work in tandem with each other, whether it's in a department or whether it's an upper or a middle or a lower school. You work as a group instead of in isolation. So my colleagues, I think, probably help me to be a better teacher. You know, they challenge me, and I think that's that as it should be.
You don't see shows about individual heroes anymore. It's about that collaborative space and that notion that we work better with, you know, groupthink. And so that's true with teaching too. So I think our most successful teachers are those that, you know, one, say, I don't have all the answers, and two, say, you know, I'm happy, or might say, I'm happy with how I teach, but I wonder if I could learn something from going into so-and-so's classroom. So I think it's big because it feeds into that notion of perpetual growth and learning.
You're just going to have to use, I know the letter that goes with the sound for goat. Goat. That's okay.
Oh yeah, because
Friends can help. Friends can absolutely help. If you're having trouble with that word, then we can absolutely have a friend help us. Let's put these down.
I'm having trouble.
You're having trouble. Okay.
Oh, gee.
No, so that is not.
Okay, fantastic. Now that you know.
The absolute most fun day, and it happens throughout the year, is when a kid connects with reading. And absolutely that light bulb goes on, and they've, you know, put some sounds together, put some letters together, put a word together, put a sentence together, whatever it is, or read 62 pages of Hop on Pop completely all by themselves, whatever it is. But when they connect with reading, that is huge. That is the most exciting. And honestly, I'm honored that I get to be here during the day when those little light bulbs go off.
Hold on. What goes in the nest?
Many.
Many goes in the nest? What goes in a nest?
Eggs.
Eggs. So let's put that here. How many eggs? Now read it. See if that looks good.
How many eggs are in the nest?
Incredible.
How did you go about sounding out that sentence?
Good.
What was your process? What were you thinking?
I was thinking I need to get the blue words kill and I need to get the capital words like that. This is capital, this is ending. Because there's a period back here, and there's not a period here. And then all these words go in the middle.
And then you just move them until they sounded right?
Yeah, like a puzzle.
It was a selfish kind of feeling because when they got it, it made me feel so good. And I was like floating on cloud 9 after I would help somebody learn it. And I think that's really what got me thinking that I want to be a teacher, because I really liked that feeling. It doesn't seem like work when I'm helping somebody learn something new.
As you're sitting back and thinking, wow, look what I've done. But it was because of a community of people. It just wasn't you that did it. We all did this together. And that, I think, is something that we can all look back on and say, we're part of something larger than just the one individual. When does that light bulb go off where you begin to really understand what education is about, or this part of your life cycle is about, and when do you get to sit back and say, I'm enjoying this. This is good. Now I know what it's all about. Now I know what I'm supposed to do, and this is actually fun. This is okay. This is part of my life. It's good. And so you're a success story, and so am I, because you're a success story. And that's what teaching and learning is about.